Hi, Matt McAleer, Director of Equity Strategies at Cumberland Advisors. Happy Kentucky Derby weekend. Week in fixed income was fairly benign. 10-year finished up at 252. Not a lot to report there. John Mousseau was on last week, gave some of his thoughts and ideas going forward. I think if we stay in this 240 to 265, 270 area, it can be productive, conducive to multiple gains in terms of not only coupon and trading and fixed income, but also a bid to the equity market. In equities this week, you wouldn't know that we came out Friday, finished today off just about the same spot we were last Friday. Had a little bit of volatility. Wednesday and Thursday we saw some pull down that was met with a bid today. Surprised me. I thought we might churn around, see a little bit more weakness, try to work off some of the recent strength we've seen. But the tech numbers have been solid. We've seen that in some of our holdings in terms of the QQQ, which is the Nasdaq 100, going out at an all-time high today. Some of the holdings within tactical, Microsoft, RYT, which is our equal-weighted tech index, had good strength all week too. In terms of areas of concern, continues to be energy. That's the one area in the market that is having trouble getting a continued bid. We're seeing spurts. We're seeing good strength 1 day, 2 days with a give back. Not the kind of trend we'd like to see. Really need to start seeing some higher lows on pullbacks and some demand to come into that asset class, that sector and industry class. In terms of what we're looking for next week, tail end of earnings in the S&P 500, they've been solid, much better than predicted by analysts and so forth, who are actually looking for a regression in terms of S&P earnings. They've been solid, showed good strength, and the forward conversations were solid as well. So things appear to have settled in terms of equities. We'll continue to look for spots to put what cash we do have to work on reasonable pullbacks. Difficult to chase some of the areas that have gotten away, but as we know, everything's cyclical. We'll get our shots, we'll get our opportunities to put cash to work and take it from there. In terms of the Kentucky Derby, John Mousseau was on a flight, radioed in his picks. John is going with number 8, Tacitus. That's the Wood winner at Aqueduct, which is one of the preps for the Derby. He also likes Game Winner, Vacoma, and By My Standard in some of the exotics, exactas and trifectas. For me, it's tough to get past Bob Baffert's big 3. Baffert's won 5 Derbies, 2 Triple Crowns. He's the Bill Belichick of horse racing. He has 3 monsters going tomorrow. Improbable, Game Winner, and Roadster. All have had impressive preps and look good. I can't get away from Improbable. That's going to be my pick on top. He was second to Omaha Beach, who was the favorite for the Derby and had to scratch 3 days ago due to a throat problem, which was taken care of with a minor surgery. There was also a second scratch yesterday, Heichel. So it's a field of 18 in the Derby this year. What that does in terms of the post positions is interesting. The 1 hole at Churchill is thought of as the death spot. You have to come out a little bit, and with the field coming out and across, for the last few years, these larger fields, that one horse has encountered a lot of traffic, had to take up. A couple of them really lost the race in the first 5 jumps out of the gate. That 1 hole will be left empty now with the scratch, and that helps War of Will, who was going to be on the post, be on the rail. I had eliminated him in my handicapping. He's a nice horse who I'm a little bit afraid not to use. I'm not going to use him on top. I'm going to use Improbable along with Maximum Security. That's a Jason Service horse. He was the Florida Derby winner. He did it nicely. The funny thing about Maximum Security is in his initial race, he was in a claiming race. They put him in a claiming race where he could have been bought for $16,000. Here he is going to be somewhere around 10 to 1 in the Kentucky Derby. I also like Game Winner, the other Baffert. And my long shot is Spinoff, a Pletcher horse who ran well in the Louisiana Derby and I think is starting to hit his stride. So I'm going to use Improbable on top and then use in some exotics, which are your exactas, trifectas, even superfectas. Maximum Security, number 7, number 16, Game Winner, and number 19, Spinoff. So I hope everyone enjoys themselves. Have fun. We'll review our picks next week.